Okay guys, we're going to do some more proportions today. We're going to move on and add an additional skill, but before we do that, I just want to review what we did yesterday. Okay, so if you recall, a proportion is basically two equivalent fractions, and what you do is you cross multiply. The top on one times the bottom of the other, and then the bottom on the other times the top of the other, and you see if they equal each other. And if you need to see, if you're trying to find out, you can also find out what the missing number is if you need to, like number 1 here. It says 1/2 equals 8 over some number, 8 over x, okay? And again, the way we figure that out is we cross multiply and then divide. So we would do, and you can start either one. You can do 2 times 8 and then do 1 times x, or it doesn't matter, vice versa. So I'll start from the top. 1 times x is just 1x. 2 times 8 is 16. 2 times 8. So we have x equals 16. Pretty easy. Okay. So, and then the statement is 1/2 equals 8 over 16. These are equivalent fractions. 1/2, 8 is 1/2 of 16, so it works. Now we're going to add in another skill, which is distributive property. So if I have something like this, where I have 2 over y plus 6 equals 3 over 12, I again just cross multiply, okay? So again, I can do this first or this one, it doesn't matter, either way. I think I'll start on bottom this time. So I have y plus 6 times 3, but the way I want to write that is this. I want to write my 3 first. 3 times y plus 6. And then I have 2 equals 2 times 12, or 12 times 2 is the same thing. 2 times 12. And the reason I want to write it like this is I know I need to distribute now. This is distributive property. If you recall, distributive property means I need to take this 3 and multiply it by each thing in here. So that I need to do 3 times y plus 3 times 6. And I end up with 3y plus 3 times 6 is 18 equals, bring that down, 2 times 12 is 24. Okay. Now I have a two-step equation. So when you have something like this where you have x or y plus something or minus something, that means you have to distribute, and then you end up with a two-step equation. Okay. So two-step equation, it's 3y plus 18 equals 24. Well, we need to get rid of this 18. So we're going to subtract 18 from both sides. And then we end up with 3y equals 6. 24 minus 18 is 6. That cancels, that equals 6. My last step, it's 3 times y equals 6. So I still need to figure out what y is. So I'm going to divide both sides by 3. That'll show up. There we go. And then y equals 2, because 6 divided by 3 is 2. That cancels, and that's what it is. And it checks out. So y is 2, 2 plus 6 is 8, and then 2 over 8 should be equivalent to 3/12. They are equivalent fractions. Okay, moving on. So you notice I've got my variable term on the bottom here. It can also be up here, and that doesn't matter. You do the same thing. So again, we're going to cross multiply, okay? But this time I think that I will, I'll start on the top and move down. So I'll do 7 times 3 first, okay? And then I've got 2 times x plus 1. 2 times x plus 1, okay? Now I need to start simplifying, okay? I'll go ahead and distribute. That means I've got to do 2 times x and 2 times 1. 2 times x and 2 times 1, okay? So I end up with then 2x, and this is positive, plus 2. 2 times 1 is 2. That's done. That's done, right? And then 7 times 3 is 21. Okay? Now, it's still just a two-step equation, right? Except my variable term is on the right side now. So instead of moving things from here to here, we're going to move things over here because we want to get x by itself. So it's 2x plus 2, so I need to get rid of that plus 2 first. So I'm going to subtract 2 from both sides. Okay. And so 21 minus 2 is going to be 19 equals 2x. Okay. The last thing I need to do is to divide both sides by 2. Let me write it up here actually. So 19 equals 2x. Divided by 2. No, it is not an even number, and that's okay. On your worksheet, it will be all even numbers. So 19 divided by 2 ends up being 9.5. So x equals 9.5. Okay. So again, all you do is you cross multiply. And after you cross multiply, if you have something like this, like y plus something, y minus something, x plus something, x minus something, you have to distribute. But we learned how to do that last semester. Okay, and then it creates this two-step equation. You solve that two-step equation to get your variable, and that's what you do.